According to the U.S. government 2017 statistics, in the past 10 years, the United States English Language Learners, or ELL, numbers have grown from 9.1% to 9.4%. Just as public schools are growing in their number of ELLs, private schools are also seeing this upward trend in their ELL enrollment. My name is Susan Williams, and I'm a student at Georgetown College. This capstone project is part of the fulfillment for the completion of my master's. I also teach first grade in a private elementary school. The elementary population in my school has recently seen an upward trend in ELL enrollment. The teachers are now being exposed to the needs of English language learners. There is no ELL teacher on staff, and there have been no ELL professional developments for teachers. So I started to think about my coworkers and their ELL teaching knowledge and their attitudes towards ELLs. Would they have changes in attitudes after professional development? The question for my study is, how are private school teachers' attitudes affected by ELL professional development, and how could it affect teacher practice in the classroom? My research started with exploring the attitudes of teachers towards ELL. Research by Karabenich and Noda concluded 70% of general education teachers have favorable attitudes towards ELL inclusion, although 43% have concerns about ELL students in their classroom. Since I would be delivering an ELL professional development, I wanted to research the impact of professional development, or PD. In 2009, he, Prater, and Steed researched the impact of ELL professional development on teachers and the ELL population in a school district. The participants included 22 teachers who participated in 46 hours of ELL professional development over the course of 1 year. The findings indicated that an ELL PD had a positive impact not only on teachers but also on student test performance data. 2015 research by Fuel-Mayer indicated that teachers are not receiving adequate PD to support the language programs in which they teach. With the information from the literature, I was able to research my study on how are private school teachers' attitudes affected by ELL professional development, and how could it affect teacher practice in the classroom. For the research, a triangulation mixed method design was used to collect data. I collected both quantitative and qualitative. Using this design, I was able to compare the data from pre- and post surveys, then merge the data with my post interviews. Mertler states this type of research allows for equally combining the strengths of both types of data. A 5-point Likert scale was used on the pre- and post surveys. Teacher interviews were conducted after the professional development to provide insight into teachers' attitudes and teaching skills for ELLs. Technology was used throughout the research. A variety of online databases were accessed to conduct research. APA Central was used to store literature resources. Google Forms was utilized to anonymously collect quantitative survey data. Excel was used to analyze data and create graphs. Technology was used to code data and create a PowerPoint for the ELL population. For the ELL presentation, All data was kept in a secure locked file. No names were attached to data. And after the research project, all data will be shredded. 16 teachers participated in the study. The participants for the study are 6 kindergarten, 2 first grade, 3 second grade, and 5 related arts teachers. These participants were chosen because they all taught in a private elementary school. The median teaching years for the teachers was 18. 25% of the participants received an ELL class while attending college, with 75% having not taken an ELL course in their career. 75% of the teachers reported they had taught in a classroom with at least one ELL. The research took place in a medium-sized private school located in Kentucky, which serves preschool through 12th grade. The school population is predominantly middle to upper class, English-speaking, white students, and teachers. The means of data collection were surveys and interviews with teachers. At the beginning, all participants completed a letter of consent, then completed a pre-survey using Google Forms. The data was then analyzed using Excel. After the survey, an ELL professional development was presented on ELL information and WITA-CAN-DO descriptors. The Likert scale was used on both surveys to gauge teachers' attitudes about ELLs before and after an ELL professional development. Both pre- and post surveys contained similar statements, so the results could be analyzed and compared. The first section of the survey statements gauged participants' attitudes. The second group of survey questions gauged participants' attitudes towards ELL learning strategies and practices. After the post-survey, teachers were also interviewed. The survey results were analyzed using Excel. Results for each pre- and post-survey statement were graphed in Excel and then analyzed for trends. A percentage was used to show data results. The qualitative data from the interviews were also color-coded to look for themes. The themes were compared to responses from the survey. I analyzed the survey data according to the strengths of their agreement or disagreement with the survey items. Table 1 displays the results of pre- and post-teacher attitudes towards ELL. The findings indicate that after the WITA ELL professional development, teachers' attitude about English language learners improved. Table 2 displays the attitude results towards ELL learning practices and strategies. Results from Table 2 reflect that after receiving the ELL WITA professional development training, teachers felt more knowledgeable about teaching strategies and developmentally appropriate instructional practices for ELLs. Additionally, there was a 69% increase in knowledge regarding how to use WITA-CAN-DO descriptors to identify what students can do at various language levels. Figure 1, the open-ended research question results from teacher interviews reflected 75% of teachers believed they would implement ELL strategies such as WITA into their classroom. 100% said the ELL training had a positive effect on their attitudes towards ELLs. 50% of the teachers stated they were knowledgeable in ELL language acquisition, and 94% of teachers said they would like additional ELL professional development. The question for my study was, how are private school teachers' attitudes affected by ELL professional development, and how could it affect teacher practice in the classroom? The results from the research indicate teachers' attitudes about ELL were improved by an ELL professional development. Research by He, Prater, and Steeve conclude quality research-based professional development that is needs-oriented provides teachers with useful strategies and resources. The results also indicate the professional development could affect teacher practices in the classroom. Teachers did acquire WITA-CAN-DO descriptor knowledge and said they would implement the information into their classroom practice. According to Tissington and LaCour, it is important for teachers to implement ELL strategies in their classroom. Results also indicated that 50% of the teachers still lacked knowledge in ELL teaching strategies and practices. This could be addressed by additional ELL professional development and training. The results from the study conclude ELL professional development did have a positive effect on teacher attitudes towards ELL students. Teachers believed that their acquired knowledge would positively affect their practices in teaching ELLs in the classroom. I think further professional development that addresses teaching strategies and instructional practices for ELL should be further explored. And from the post-survey results, 44% of the teachers felt knowledgeable about teaching strategies and instructional practices for ELL students that are developmentally appropriate. Would hiring an ELL teacher provide additional support for both students and teachers? And could the school intentionally develop a more diverse population of students through scholarships to assist in improving teacher understanding? As part of my professional growth plan is to attend an ELL workshop. Information from my research will help me decide which ELL workshop I should attend so I can present the information to my fellow teachers. I wonder, will the positive effects of one ELL professional development in a private school serve as a building block for other private sector schools to follow in their trend? Thank you.